Okay, first of all,
Yes.
let me tell you something that happened. I wasn't here last week, as you recall.
Yes.
And I was in Manitoba. And the entire time that I have known my brother-in-law,
Yes.
one of them, I have several,
Okay.
but this one particular brother-in-law,
Yes.
He has been a heavy person.
Okay.
He was amazingly athletic when he was younger.
Okay.
But he's always been heavy. He's always been overweight. He walked into my other sister's house.
Yes.
And the only reason I knew it was him is because I knew he was coming. He is a little skinny guy.
Really?
It's astounding. He lost 70 pounds, and he's not very tall. He's shorter than I am. And he lost 70 pounds.
Wow.
And the only thing that's still big on him is his mustache. Well, he has this enormous mustache. But other than that, it was just dramatic to see. Because when you think of a person as a big person, and
Yes.
people have this whole, well, he's big boned or whatever. No, he's actually capable of being a skinny guy. And by the way, you'll be pleased to know,
Yes.
of course, I saw him and I went directly over to the door and shook his hand and said congratulations and asked him what he was doing, and he was more than happy to talk about it.
Of course.
It's pretty much what you have me doing.
Oh, great.
It's almost pretty much the same,
Okay.
except that he only eats egg whites, and I'm not going that far.
No, please don't.
Okay.
We're going to talk about eggs later, and I'll tell you more about that. But
Yeah, and
no, I'm not down with that.
I said, what do you do with the yolks?
Yeah.
And he said, no, he buys a carton
Yes.
of egg whites.
Yes, you can do that.
And my sister,
Yeah.
his wife,
Yes.
was hassling him at one point about it, like these disgusting egg whites, and he says, well, just don't watch when I drink it right out of the carton.
Oh wow. Does he?
I'm not doing that.
No.
No, mostly he makes omelets,
Please
I
don't.
guess.
So where
All
are you
right.
at? How did you navigate while you were away last week?
Okay, so it's a 2-week total because I wasn't
Yes.
here last week, and I did go through something that can be very difficult, which is I'm at my brother's and he's barbecuing food and he's offering me beer, and then I was at the event that I was at, and
Yes.
all over the place, and I had a birthday mixed in there, so everybody wanted to make that a part of it. And over the past 2 weeks, regardless, I lost 4 pounds.
Excellent.
So I'm at 29 pounds lost now.
That is incredible.
So this morning,
Congratulations to you too.
This morning, I was angrily admonishing the scale
Yes.
to give me that. I wanted a round 30 pound. I wanted a round number. but I didn't get it.
All right. So
Okay.
you got something to strive for next week. That's amazing, Jerry. Well done.
We mentioned this on the panel earlier this morning, but for some reason, there apparently has been a real increase and maybe even an obsession to some degree with people in eating eggs.
Yes.
I just mentioned the egg white. You're in favor of the entire egg. Why is it suddenly, it's like a basic, so why is it suddenly more popular?
You know what? I'm not too sure that it is popular, although last March, Stats Canada reported an egg production increase in 6.5% to 61 million cartons of eggs sold annually. That's a lot of eggs.
In the world?
Canada.
In Canada?
In Canada.
61 million
Cartons of eggs. I'm assuming that's a dozen.
Yeah.
That's an incredible number. So, this article in the National Post, which was just fantastic, sort of as a foodie culture, it says it continues to fetishize the indulgent and extreme. These runny egg yolks have become a quintessential symbol of modern food porn aesthetics. So this article, sort of put it down to, on Instagram, if you've tagged yolk porn, then you're going to find over 200,000 results of pictures featuring these runny yolks that are bursting.
But if you're a person who watches the Food Channel and you watch chefs,
Yes.
they seem obsessed with that. Whether it's one of those contest shows,
Yes.
or Master Chef
Yes.
Canada,
Yeah.
and they'll be the contestant will be standing there in quivering anticipation as the chef cuts open the dish, and they want to see that egg yolk
They
running
do.
and so they have made. Maybe that's part of it. That's what's made the egg this sort of magical ingredient. Can you cook it properly? Can you make something
Yes.
special with
Yes.
it?
If you're
As
a
opposed to
chef-
throwing it in a pan.
That's right. If you're a chef or a cook, I tried to make eggs Benedict for a brunch for a bunch of people one day for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Managed to get them almost all running, considering I was serving 12 people. It was a bit rather ambitious, but it is a sign. Are you paying attention to what's important with the egg? Another reason why eggs may have possibly increased in production and everybody eating it is last year, the American Journal of Public Health indicated that the specific variety of cholesterol and saturated fat found in egg yolks previously thought to be evil, and I have known about the study where that came from forever. It's benign. So further research also says that omega-3 fatty acids, concentrations of vitamin E, and A, found in pasture-raised yolks, can be incredibly beneficial.
Well, I have no expertise. I'm just going to tell you from my own personal experience as I'm trying to lose weight.
Yes.
I have not in any way cut back on eggs.
No.
In fact, I'm probably eating more of them.
Perfect.
As I've cut back on maybe some red meat. And by the way, I've not eliminated that either. I had some last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, I think it's important for there to be a well-rounded diet. I do also think that as you're starting on any particular diet, doing things like moving from red meat to eggs is a better idea, just to get you going, because you've got some great momentum, Jerry. You started off with 6 weeks of being more restricted and eating more regularly. So it's not to say if you're starting on a diet, keep eating your steak and your red meat. You have to go through a period of, okay, let's cut back a little bit before you can find your balance.
Well, if somebody just wrote in asking, does McDonald's and maybe many other restaurants, including family restaurants, now deciding to go full tilt 24-hour breakfast? You can order breakfast anytime you want.
Yeah.
Maybe that has increased the consumption of eggs as well.
That's very, very possible. But really, eggs, they're low carb, they're high protein, they're always going to be in whatever diet, fashion, trend we have going on, because they just fit. They fit in everything. You know, I eat a hard-boiled egg almost every single day. My daughter it's a PD day. Logan's in the studio. She eats an egg every single day for breakfast with some, great soldiers, and she dips it in, and that's what she has. She loves it.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible food.
I try to eat them here. We have a cafeteria in the building. Somebody's going to get mad at me for saying this.
Yes.
Could they stop overcooking the thing to the point where it gets gray on the outside and it's a jockey yolk?
8-minute egg. Boil your water, people. Put the egg in, put the timer on for 8 minutes, and take it out. You will almost have a marginally runny egg in the middle. It's so much more enjoyable.
Yeah. So then I go down there and I have to buy a banana.
Oh.
Coming up in the news, LCBO workers now have a strike deadline. Find out when they could walk off the job and stock up. In 15 minutes, it's 11:15. NewsTalk 1010, time saver traffic.